on the grass as we start this on-field journey. A lot of fundamental work here, early part of training camp here, the first couple of days, obviously that continues throughout, but big emphasis on that here today, and good to get out there with the guys, so open it up.
Questions? Brett,
with what all you can do in the summertime now, how different does the first couple of days feel? I know you're doing fundamental work, but you look out there and Coach Knowles has got the back seven and they're doing scheme stuff. Like, how much faster do you go in this day and age than you did a few years ago?
Yeah, you're able, throughout the course of the summer, you're able to chip away at some of the scheme work and, get some work with your guys. So, it's a continued progression from summer into the start of training camp, and some scheme work, but a lot of fundamental work in all three phases too. And pads come on here in a couple of days, and you'll ramp up even more team periods during that.
Everybody outside the building is going to analyze and overanalyze the quarterback competition. You said yesterday, obviously nobody's going to win it first day. Is it difficult as a coach to be patient and to let it play out and not overanalyze every throw, every practice, or should you analyze every throw, every practice?
We do analyze every throw, every practice, the read, the fundamental, the technique. Absolutely. I think you're looking at every individual play. There's areas of growth, and you want to see your quarterbacks, but it's true for every player, just continue to get better. And I said it yesterday, but guys that keep making the same mistake twice, a third time, that's when you get concerned. It's a player's responsibility to learn to earn it and take it and prove he's going to play at a championship level. And to do that, to get to that point, you got to be able to progress from day to day, rep to rep.
Austin, then Casey in the back. That's good things. Tyreek King, what have you seen out of him in the summer? And then it was just one day. It just seems comfortable for a guy who did not arrive until the summertime. And then how different do you feel having worn the same orange polo for 5 years?
Yeah, get on Hawk for me. Yeah, he hadn't found the orange version yet. But Tyreek, typically the guys that show up in summer, not being a January enrollee, they're a little bit outside their element day one when you get on the practice field. I thought today he handled himself extremely well. He's worked extremely hard. Physically and mass size, he's extremely explosive, dynamic with the ball in his hands, working some punt return stuff, a skill set there as well, and holistically understanding our offense and being able to function and operate in it. Really pleased with what he's done. Being a guy that came in May and June, he's got to continue to progress, but we all got to keep getting better too.
With Deshaun Bishop entering his fourth season with Tennessee, what's something that you guys saw in him when you gave him an offer to walk on a few years ago that you're still seeing today? Yeah,
you go back to that time frame. We were short on scholarships and believed in the player, believed that we could help him grow as a person. You go back to his high school tape, great feet in the hole, great vision, great pace, and he certainly demonstrated that when he first got here. A guy that got hurt in his first training camp in one of the scrimmages, had a lower body injury, handled that in a mature way, continued to grow on and off the field. And you look at him taking advantage of his opportunities last year, the consistency at which he played with, never settled into, hey, I did this last year, this is what's going to happen for me this year. That guy works as hard as anybody inside of our building, and that's in the football, the scheme, fundamentals and technique, but it's how he takes care of his body after he trains his body. He's the consummate pro.
On the left, Ben.
Josh, you mentioned you don't want to see guys make the same mistake 2 or 3 times. That's when you start to get concerned. How would you assess your young?
Otherwise you end up like Adam.
Or me.
Just kidding. Hubs, I thought I'd throw it to somebody else. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
How do you assess George and Faison's ability as young guys to learn from a mistake they make?
Yeah, I thought they, through spring ball, the 15 practices we had, those guys were elite at continuing to grow. A couple things today, but I thought they, managed everything as far as communication, pre-snap mechanics extremely well. It's day one. We'll go back, we'll analyze every throw, we'll coach that up, read progression, fundamentals, technique, all that, but just want to continue to see those guys grow.
Josh, you mentioned Tyree King as one of the candidates in the punt return game. Who are some other guys you're giving a look in that area?
Got a bunch of guys that are competing for that spot. Quay Moss, Staley was back there some last year, Mike Matthews. There's a bunch of them. You got to have a guy that's a fearless, dynamic playmaker, that's an aggressive but smart decision maker. Once he has the ball in his hands, has to be able to make somebody miss. It's one of the plays in the game that's can be as an explosive play as there is. And when we've been really good on that unit, we've had 10 other guys doing their job at the line of scrimmage at a really high level, but we've had a guy that is fearless and willing to go make a play too. And that's the expectation here. We've had some great returners since I've been here, but in the history of college football too. You look at the history of the return game here.
Josh, where you guys at with TK? It seemed like he was limited in the spring. You guys were kind of managing him through. Is he full go now? And how have you seen him grow from what he did in the spring?
He'll be full go. There were a couple things that we just want to manage here on day one, day two, but he's ready to go.
How have you seen him kind of grow from what he did in the spring?
Yeah, the last third of spring ball, we're able to get him on the field coming off of his high school injury. High-level recruit, but came in, competed extremely hard, and he pushed hard every day to learn what we're doing offensively, where he felt comfortable, so his traits could take over. He's grown fundamentally, releases, being able to sink and get out of routes, attacking the football, but a high-level player is extremely loose. I'm excited to see him go compete and go earn a job.
Back left.
Yeah, Coach, just first day of camp, I'm just wondering how you thought or assessed the intensity of the guys and just if there's any room for improvement or anything like that.
No, you're in the process of building and mastering technique and scheme, and today is day one. This is where we're at collectively and individually. It's never about where you're at, it's where you got to get to and how hard you're going to compete. So guys got an afternoon to kind of reset, eat, and get some treatment, recover their bodies, and then we got to go win in the meeting room this afternoon and prepare ourselves for tomorrow morning when we get back on the grass.
Paige, then Austin.
Ty Redmond and Mike Matthews have been names that have come up as far as being leaders in their position groups. I'm wondering, through your years of coaching, what do you appreciate most when you see guys like that evolve into leaders?
Yeah, it's something that you're not just born with. I think you develop and learn those traits. And that can be, in your house as a young guy or once you get into a program. And both of those guys, really good young players. The challenge to both of them when we got back in January was to grow in how you impact people around you. That can be your body language, but certainly in a leadership role, it's going to be your voice. And just showing up and, quote unquote, leading by example, that's just doing your job. You got to learn how to impact and raise the level of the people around you to the standards that we have in everything that we do in every department inside of this building. Those guys have continued to grow. There's still meat on the bone for them, but I am proud of the steps that they've taken up until this point.
How do you compare the first day of fall camp as a player to now as a coach? What's it like for you? I mean, how would you describe today for you?
Man, it's a lot different. I'd be getting ready for meetings here in a couple hours and getting ready to go back out on the practice field. So it's a lot different than it used to be.
John in the back.
Not sure if that answers it or not, but.
In that same breath, you've been very open about how different the program is now compared to what it was 6 years ago when you first took over. Is this day any different for you from an emotional standpoint now 6 years in as opposed to the first one?
I wouldn't say it's different emotionally. For myself, all of our coaches, players, you're excited. There's a lot of work that goes into it, from planning, preparation, workouts, all the investment that everybody inside your program, your building makes from January up until yesterday when we get a chance to report. And every season, man, you're starting to build your team. It starts in January. This is the next phase of who we're going to be in the fall. We got to win every day during the course of training camp. Excited, was excited mentally, physically, emotionally to go get on the field with these guys and go compete. I said it yesterday, I love training camp because there's nothing but ball. There's no school, there's nothing else. And we're here as an entire team all day long, growing and getting ready to go compete.
Last question, Vince.
Most new coaches on one staff for you this year, and obviously you had the spring to get everybody together. What's that chemistry like now that they've had all the time on task and now in preseason practice working together? Yeah,
it's just like your team. You start out in January when you have some turnover on your staff. Everybody's getting to know each other, understand who we are, what are the standards, how do we communicate, what's the flow of the day. Spring ball is dramatically different than it is right now because you've had 15 days on the practice field. They understand the flow of it. Everybody's in sync, and you build a team, and that's where we're at. And now we got to go compete and earn the opportunity to be ready to go play and give ourselves a chance every Saturday in the fall.
Thank you.